People don't walk down the aisle planning for divorce. When a relationship fails, we often search for the single cataclysmic event that caused the collapse. But a marriage rarely breaks all at once. Instead, it slowly weakens under the steady weight of daily neglect. This neglect usually wears ordinary clothes. It looks like allowing the busyness of the week to replace meaningful connection. It happens when we start keeping score instead of extending grace, or when we choose to say nothing after a disagreement instead of doing the work of seeking understanding. We often try to patch these gaps with occasional, spectacular romantic gestures, but a lavish anniversary trip cannot repair the emotional distance created by hundreds of ignored interactions. Day after day, those unaddressed misses quietly push two people apart. There is an ancient piece of wisdom from Scripture that captures this perfectly. Catch for us the little foxes that ruin the vineyards.
Great marriages are rarely destroyed by lions. They are almost always damaged by the little foxes left unattended. To stop that drift, a marriage requires a plan for intentionality. That is the purpose of the Daily 5 Connection Routine. It is a framework of 5 simple habits requiring only 10 to 15 minutes of your focus, spread out across your day. Forever is built one ordinary day at a time. A lasting marriage does not begin 2 decades from now. It begins by protecting today. The core rule of this framework is simple. Small daily investments possess a compounding power that spectacular moments lack. Let's walk through the steps. Step 1 is to deliver a sincere thank you. You need to vocalize your gratitude for one exact thing your spouse did today, no matter how routine the action might seem. The quickest way to fail this step is to assume they already know you appreciate them. Taking someone for granted starts the moment you stop saying the words out loud. Unspoken thoughts do not count as investments. Step 2 requires you to create a pocket of uninterrupted conversation. This means putting down your phone, closing the laptop, and carving out a few dedicated minutes completely free of screens and distractions. Success here is measured by your focus. You are practicing active listening to understand their day rather than simply waiting for your turn to speak. Step 3 is to initiate an unprompted embrace. Offer warm physical contact without waiting to be asked. Do not overcomplicate this. This embrace should be a grounding moment of physical connection. It carries no expectations of escalating into anything else. By executing these first 3 steps, you interrupt the natural drift of modern busyness. You pull yourselves out of the routine and reestablish both physical and emotional proximity. Friction is inevitable in any relationship. That brings us to step 4. Execute a quick apology. This requires a shift in priorities. You must choose to repair the relationship rather than focusing on keeping score or proving that you were right. Choosing silence after a disagreement is another form of neglect. It allows small issues to become the cracks through which trust quietly escapes. You have to repair that trust quickly. Step 5 is an evening prayer or unifying reflection. This is a dedicated moment to let go of the day's stress together before you sleep. These small, daily habits build a foundation of trust that stays with you long after the 15 minutes are over. My wife and I found that when major health crises arrived, we weren't scrambling to build that trust. We were already standing on it. By placing a unifying purpose at the center of your marriage, you create a baseline of stability that carries you when emotions alone are not enough. Ending your day with shared alignment ensures that unresolved tensions are not carried over into the next morning. You are fortifying the foundation so you can wake up ready to build again. Completing this routine daily means your commitment is no longer just an idea. It's a visible, measurable practice of grace. I frequently encounter the misconception that a marriage is supposed to automatically generate happiness, but that isn't the case. Marital happiness is a byproduct. It is created when 2 people commit to daily practices of health, humility, and gratitude. As this graphic shows, consistency is what sustains you, not just the occasional spectacular moment. If your marriage feels distant right now, do not wait for a crisis to force a change. Start today. Pick just one of these 5 steps: a conversation, an apology, a moment of gratitude, and do it before the day ends. We want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell us what small daily habit has had the greatest impact on your closest relationships. And if this resonated with you, Share it with someone who might need the reminder. Sometimes one small conversation is all it takes to alter the trajectory of a marriage.